Welcome to our tech adventures, where we explore the world of coding and its mysteries. Today, we're going to try to build a time machine in Python. Spoiler, you can't. But before we reveal the truth, let me ask you, are you as curious about the possibilities of coding as we are? If so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and join us on this journey. Now let's dive right in. So like I said, I'm going to show you how to build a time machine in Python. Yes, you heard it, a time machine. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it is, but that won't stop us from trying. So let's get started. Disclaimer: don't try this at home, unless you want to risk breaking the space-time continuum or creating a paradox. The idea is simple. We're going to use Python to create a program that can manipulate the system clock of our computer. The system clock is the part of the computer that keeps track of the current date and time. By changing the system clock, we can make our computer think that it's in a different point in time. And by doing that, we can trick our computer into running programs or accessing files that are from the past or the future. So all you need for this project are a computer, an internet connection, a text editor, and Python installed on your computer. That's it. You probably have most of these things at home already. First, open your text editor and create a new file called timetravel.py. This is where we're going to write our code. Next, import the datetime and OS modules from the Python standard library. Because what's a time machine without time, right? These modules will allow us to work with dates and times and interact with the operating system. Then, define a function called change_time that takes one parameter called new_time and does some validation. This function will change the system clock to the new_time that we provide. To do that, we'll use the OS system function to execute a command line instruction that sets the system clock to the new_time. The command line instruction will vary depending on what operating system you're using. For example, if you're using Windows, you'll use the date and time commands. If you're using Linux or Mac OS, you'll use the date command with the S option. After changing the system clock, we'll print a message that confirms the new date and time on our computer. So over here, we first check the operating system type using the os.name. If the operating system is Windows, we prepare a command to change the date and time using the Windows date and time commands. If the operating system is not Windows, but Linux or Mac OS, we prepare a command to change the date and time using the Unix dates command. The os.system command line executes the prepared command in the system shell, effectively changing the system time. The new time is passed to this function as a datetime.datetime object, which is formatted into a string using the stref time method. After attempting to change the system time, it prints a confirmation message with the new date and time. If an error occurs during this process, for example, if the user doesn't have permission to change the system time, it catches the exception and prints an error message. This is done in a try-except block to prevent the program from crashing due to unhandled exceptions. Alright, so now we are done. Now that you have your time machine ready, you can use it to travel to different periods of history or even the future. All you have to do is call the change_time function with a datetime object that represents the date and time that you want to go to. For example, if you want to go back to July 20th, 1969, when Neil Armstrong became the first human to walk on the moon, you'll write change_time datetime.datetime 1969 7:20. If you want to go forward to January 1st, 2100, when we'll celebrate the start of a new century, you'll write change_time datetime.datetime 2101. Of course, these are just examples. You can choose any date and time that you want. Before you start your time travel adventure with your time machine in Python, there are some things you should know and remember. Always back up your files before changing the system clock. You don't want to lose any important data or corrupt any files by messing with the system clock. Always restore your system clock to its original state after using your time machine. So there you have it, folks. In Python, we can manipulate time, but building a real time machine? Well, that's a back to the drawing board moment. Until then, Let's keep coding and exploring the mysteries of the universe, one line of code at a time. See you in the next video.